As someone from North America, I've always had a fascination with really old buildings. I found a connection to the church, St Margaret Pattens, in the City of London. One of its rectors married into my family tree nearly 200 years ago. I'm taking you with me on a behind-the-scenes tour. Oh my gosh! One of the reasons why I wrote to Barbara, the administrator, was that I wanted to check the location of the rectory. I knew that my family connections were very close to the Newberrys that lived in the rectory and would have spent time there. It turns out it is the building I suspected. It's very old and it's connected to the church at kind of a right angle. It's currently a restaurant, but it has been a shop in the past. I don't know if the upstairs is occupied, but that would be a very interesting tour also. One of my favorite hidden details in the main part of the church is this centuries-old graffiti etched into the wood. Funnily enough, this thing is not uncommon. Have you ever seen old graffiti like this? Now it's time for the tour. Barbara asked if I wanted to see more. We started going into the upper levels. Here the air changes. It's definitely a little bit warmer. On this first level, there are offices to rent. One was occupied and one is currently unoccupied as far as I know. If you're looking for offices to rent in the city, I think this is a pretty cool location. The view from here into the church is really quite special also. To get into the tower properly, there's a spiral staircase going up.
This is where we came up here, because the lights on. So yes,
Wow.
So that's the Sky Garden. And then,
Nice chairs.
so,
Oh my
ancient door.
Partway up, I had a surprise. You can hear birds. Oh my gosh.
The roof. You can walk on the roof.
Oh my gosh. It was pretty astonishing to step out onto the roof, and she had me walk to the end, turn around, and look up, and there it is. I can never remember what the official name is, but people call it the Walkie-Talkie Building, and I know at the top is Sky Garden, which is very incredible. If you ever get a chance, book your tickets in advance and go up there. In fact, you must book in advance. You can't just walk in. Literally next to us in the church was an office building, and apparently sometimes they wave, but I didn't try to encourage that. The church was first recorded in 1067, burned down in the Great Fire of London, and was redesigned by Sir Christopher Wren in 1687, and one of the few city churches that survived bombings of the Second World War. The only damage was to most of the windows. Inside, the light feels really soft. These are the only surviving canopied pews in London, reserved for the church wardens, and just off the main part of the church is the outer vestry. And here Barbara gave me a lot more information about the church's history, how it looked over time, basically the footprint of the church. Like, Brian, who do you think you are? But not actually my relative. While we were sitting here, Barbara went through the monumental inscriptions, and she said, "Oh, it's in here." Yes, right here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, sorry. It's here. Amazing. Oh, cool.
I mean, I've got a little step ladder.
No, it's okay. I don't need it. It is really interesting. It basically says that the several children, the wife and the wife's mother, and the rector's mother are all buried within this church. I also got to see the inner vestry with its wood paneling and fireplace. It feels like stepping into someone's private study, and we're pretty sure that the interior hasn't really changed in the 200 years since Reverend Newberry used it as his office. You can almost picture him sitting here, warming his hands in the morning before going out for the service. In one of the offices is a list of the benefactors.
Do you know what faggots are there?
They're food.
Surely would have been bundles of wood.
It's now one of the city's guild churches, still serving London's livery companies today. Old churches like this are expensive to run, and they rely on creativity. Here you can rent office space, you can rent meeting space. If you visit other historic churches, look for small ways to help, like this photo op donation spot at a different church where the same rector was actually married. I'm not a religious person, but I do think that these buildings have a really important place in the history of the people here and in the history of their future ancestors. I'm creating a separate channel for family history and local history content in England. If you're interested, give me a follow there.